Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of One Piece, which is on chapter 914. It's called Okobor, the Town of Leftovers. When I looked at this chapter, I was like really shocked at what was going on. Not to mention wow, next next chapter or so is gonna be a lot of craziness depending on where it goes, you know. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Otama is all healed up thanks to the lady who apparently helped her out apparently, and we have to it that the lady who helped Otama back to health, you know, ask her to stay for a bit and let her feed her for a bit. We have to that we get a new character called Okiku or something, which she tends to Zoro's injuries, and we see to it that they end up having a little small talk with each other, and she's a very tall woman, but Luffy had to interrupt and say, Big Mom was bigger. I'm thinking in my mind, you did not really have to say that, Luffy. Aside from that, Otama was trying to not try to is not trying to take the food right now, but from freaking from pressuring from the lady that actually helped her out, says I took time to prepare this meal, all right? You eat it or I'm gonna let it go to waste. You understand me? And we have to it that Osuru, the lady that tended to Otama, says okay, I'll let you eat it, you know, etc. And we see to it that Luffy and Zoro's like, aren't you gonna eat or something? Eventually she ends up eating and she ends up having tears coming out of her eyes, you know? And this kind of breaks my heart. I don't know why. This moves my heart very much because we do know many weeks ago that Otama has been going on a very fasting spree, which she barely even eats, you know? And this is the first time she's eaten this much. And we see to it that the mochi she eats from her own skin is not going to stop the hunger, etc., you know? And we see to it that that Otama ends up sleeping right next to Okiku. And we see to it that Osuru ends up explaining to Luffy and Zoro about what's going around here, as Luffy is really annoyed and angry right now because of how the country is. Eventually she ends up explaining you see here, everything's been contaminated because of these freaking factories whatsoever. Eventually Zoro introduces himself as Zoro Juro, and Luffy's like Luffy Taro or something. Luffy Taro Gozaru. And we see to it that Osuru says, so I see that you guys are foreigners. That's fine. Allow me to talk to you for a bit if that's okay. They end up having to ask each other hey, do you know what's going around this town? It's called Town of Leftovers. You said it's like that, right? Or it's called that way. And Osuru reveals that she's only been here for about a month and it was called the Town of Leftovers. And we see to it that she explains like the name, we are leftovers from the town where the government officials currently reside, you know? That's how everyone ended up here. And Luffy explained Tama told me about a palace where the food isn't poisonous. Do you know what she's talking about? Osuru says, yeah, it's over there, that mountain over there, with no smoke rising above it. There used to be a castle on top of it. It was visible from here. It was called the Odin Castle, but that was over 20 years ago. Even Zoro's like, Odin Castle? And Luffy's like, oh man, I think I heard of that name before. What is it again? And we see to it that Osuru explains over 20 years ago, the Kozuki clan ruled over the Wano country as they had been doing for a very long time. At the base of the mountain, there was a vast farm. The now deceased Lord Odin built it so that the residents of Kuri could eat delicious food. It was nothing like food that Orochi and his subordinates manipulate. It was a paradise, you know? And Luffy's like, so that place doesn't have any food with poison, right? And Osuru explains yeah, it does. It's delicious, safe to eat ingredients, clean water and clothes. But the Shogun Orochi owns that farm now. And she also explains that behind that torii is a town where all the government officials reside, you know? We are the people and things that they no longer need. We survive by buying the rotting ingredients they selling us, you know? That's why it's called the Town of Leftovers. It's fine. At least we were able to survive here. But before she can continue her story, an arrow was actually almost headshots Osuru, but Zoro blocked it. Apparently, some guy named Batman, which is one of the gifters, go like, "I heard you, woman. You were talking bad about the Shogun, weren't you?" And he explains that as a gifter, my hearing ability is 6 times that of normal humans. And Zoro is really ticked off and says, "Hey, hearing us far away is nice and all, but you know what? Taking someone's life like that, it would have hit her and she would have died." And we see to it that like Batman explains like if she shut up about it, I wouldn't have to do a thing. But Master Orochi would absolutely not tolerate any of that rebellious talk. I'm like thinking in my mind, what the hell are you even freaking talking about, stupid? And we see to it that like Batman gifter goes like, "You best all be careful. We're hunting down thieves. A theft occurred at the farm a few weeks ago. It wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't happen to be you, Ronins, now, was it?" And we have to it that Batman goes like, "Who are you who blocked my arrows? Wait a second, you one-eyed Ronin. I saw you on the sketch drawings." And we see to it that like Otama gets kidnapped by some kind of gifter called Gazelle Man, who apparently could move at a speed of 200 kilometers an hour, apparently. And we see to it that that Okiku is trying to go save Otama and ends up riding on the dog who's trying to go after him. We have to it that like Zoro's like, "Whoa, that girl took a sword or something," and Osuru explains, I heard that she knows how to use it, but I never seen her use it in person though." We see to it that Luffy tells Zoro to grab on and he's coming along, and we see to it that Okiku answers the questions from Zoro and Luffy by asking where they're taking the kid. But she goes like, "I don't know for sure, but we have to get her back. It's not good news." And Zoro's like, "It's almost like a kidnapping was planned out. I don't get it." And Okiku explained that we should be heading towards the government official district. There are 3 headlines that reside there: Hawkins, Hold'em, and Speed. On top of that, there are around 30 people there who have gained abilities from some kind of mysterious artificial fruit. And Zoro or Luffy goes like, "A notebook? Who exactly are you?" And Okiku reveals herself as a samurai, you know? And we see to it that the Gazelle Man is contacting Hold'em and says like, "As reports, I have captured the girl who tamed the baboon." And Hold'em goes like, "Well done, she should be useful. Bring her here." And we see to it that Luffy and Zoro are about to enter something called the Bakura district. It's the government official in the pirates' territory. Therefore, Luffy and Zoro goes like, "Come on, let's do this." We see to it that Beppo ends up having to go like talk to his captain, which is Trafalgar Law, and says, "You know, Straw Hat and Roronoa, they're heading into Bakura district." And Law's like, "Wait a second, you mean that Straw Hat's here and Zoro and Luffy are going to the freaking Bakura district? Those freaking idiots! We gotta stop them right now! Let's go!" And yeah. So yeah, we have to it that we get to know a history about the town for a bit, why it's called Leftovers. And the reason being is because like there are people that are useless and no longer needed, you know? And apparently that's like very bad news, and we see to it that they had to survive from contaminated poison food or something, but they managed to still survive. And we see to it that some gifter called Batman, along with Gazelle Man, having to interrupt their peaceful talk. And we see to it that Okiku, Zoro, and Luffy decides to team up together and go save Otama by entering the Bakura district. And Law having to realize that they're gonna cause some trouble is gonna be very bad. So yeah, so overall, in a simple summary of this chapter without a lot of detail, it's just pretty much a history about the village called Leftovers, etc. And we see to it that Law is really concerned about Zoro and Luffy about to cause some trouble, which I don't mind because Kaido, oh man, is just a jacked up fool. But he's a pirate anyway. Yonkos like him, like Big Mom and Kaido, they tend to be jerks anyway. So until then, I will see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.